Hey, what's up guys? It's Mr. Joshua with another action figure review. And today I look to show off to you guys the newest addition to my figure collection. This is my Power Rangers Lightning Red Ecliptor figure that I just purchased off eBay for about $14. And it's a pretty nice looking figure. Again, I bought him for $14, free shipping and handling, used. And as far as I know, this figure is complete. A reason why I bought this figure, regardless of the fact that it was cheap, was because I have the original ecliptor from the Power Rangers Lightning collection. That figure is actually pretty badass. I really like the way they did that sculpt for the figure. And when I saw this figure on eBay last week for $14, I was like, fuck yeah, I'll pick this up for $14. I've actually had my eye on this figure for a good minute now, and you know, other collectors out there in the eBay world, they like to, you know, rate people financially when it comes to selling their figures to the public. Usually this figure goes between $25 and $40 on the high end. And again, when I saw it for $14 with free shipping and handling, I had to have it. So yeah, let's begin. So as you can see, this figure was done in injection mold red for the plastic. And it's actually very detailed for a nice, you know, $23, $24 figure. You can tell right here in the chest area that this was done with actual paint. And other, you know, places on the figure as well, like, you know, the legs and such. They used a lighter shade of red, you know, just to give it, you know, shading to the figure. And I think they did a very good job on it. And this little arm right here, the upper arm, it looks like that was done in a silver plastic. So that's pretty cool. The ecliptor has green eyes. I like it. It's pretty cool looking. You know, from the side, he actually reminds me of a Gundam. And like, you took the lips out, he almost looks like a Gundam from, you know, Gundam Wing. Pretty cool show. To compare this figure from the black ecliptor, there are little variances, like this guy right here. He doesn't have that weird wrist spiky thing like the other guy does, and I think he's got a different shoulder pad as well. One of the things, well, actually, maybe the only thing I don't like about this figure is the fact that, you know, they kept this spiky part right here. I don't know, just in my opinion, I think it would look a whole lot cooler if this was just, you know, taken out. You know, but it is what it is. It's still a cool looking figure in my opinion. Let's get down to the articulation of this figure. The articulation of this figure is actually really fucking good. You know, he can do splits about that far back. Pretty nice. He has an ab crunch as well. About that far back. I really don't want to push this figure, you know, because I just don't know how strong the joints are in the plastic on this figure. I really hate to fucking accidentally break it, you know. And he does have a rotation in the torso. And I did fuck around with the figure off camera. And it scares me to rotate the torso because it does this weird clicking sound, you know, like this. You know, it just kind of makes me, it feels like I'm about to break the figure when I do that, you know. I don't like that. It scares me. But articulation for the ab crunch, for their torso, ball joints for the crotch area, double jointed kneecaps, which is pretty awesome, and it's actually not, you know, very tight in a good way. I actually get some figures where the joints are so fucking tight that I don't want to fuck with them because, you know, it feels like I'm gonna break them, you know. But these joints feel pretty good. I like that. That's nice. This one's a little bit tighter, but not too bad. It's still pretty cool. Ball joints for the feet. On the bottom of the feet, there's really no detail or anything, which is what 90% figures are like. double jointed for the elbows. That's pretty cool. This one's not too bad either. You get a lot of range of motion in there, swivel, all that great stuff. Hands are on a joint as well. I forgot what kind of joint that's called. And the really cool thing that I like what these newer figures are getting is that with the shoulder pads, they have this really cool design where on the inside, right in there, I don't know if you can see that, but it's attached to this weird looking loop that before you put the figure on, the figure has this little like almost like a little plastic joint that goes straight into the shoulder hole, and before you put the arm in there, you push the little shoulder pin through this hole that is attached to the shoulder pad, and it slides right in, and it gives you some really good articulation too, and it's nice. I really like what they're doing with these shoulder pads. It just makes it so much easier to rotate and such, you know. He also has the shoulder articulation as well, and it's definitely there, but unfortunately, you know, with shoulders this huge, you know, you're not going to get very much articulation out of them, but no, that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. The butterfly joints are there. That's good enough for me. The head is on a ball joint. I don't know if the neck has its own little, you know, ball joint system, like a double ball joint system where there's one on top and a bottom. I don't think there is, but you know, he's just on a standard ball joint. It's pretty cool. I like it. And it's just such a simple figure, but you know, a simple figure, just it's really fucking cool looking, you know. He definitely looks menacing. And he also has some, you know, gold right in here. I don't know if this gold right here was painted by the previous owner or not. I'm assuming that it's supposed to go with the figure because of how neatly painted it was. But luckily for me, I have some gold paint, and I'm going to, you know, come over here to these little knuckles. I'm going to paint those gold as well. He also has some accessories as well. He has this really cool looking electrical hand thing, like what the Psycho Rangers have. Every single Psycho Ranger has, you know, one of those. But this lightning effect piece right here, it's really fucking bulky, you know. I like the way it feels, you know. I'm not retarded or anything, but it feels good. You know what I'm saying? And the detail on his open hand is pretty fucking cool. Now check that out. Even detail in the palm. It's really nicely done. And even the little joint right here really isn't that tight in a good way. It's nice. I like that. And then he also comes with a sword. This sword's actually really fucking bulky. It's nice. I like it. It's like really thick plastic. It's not really bendable, so if, you know, people out there, you don't want to try to bend this sword or anything because it feels like it's a kind of plastic that would, you know, snap on you. But other than that, this sword's really detailed, and you can still that detail in there. On the hilt is pretty nice as well. Really cool looking. What I am going to do though is I am going to do a repaint on this sword. I'm just going to take the yellow, red, and blue and, you know, put some metallic paint on there just to make it look nicer looking. But it's pretty fucking bulky. It's actually heavy for a sword, for a figure. Yeah, Ray Clipper could definitely do some damage with this. If I'm not mistaken, I think in this this red mode that the ecliptor has, I think he actually destroyed like 1 or 2 Megazords at once. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Anyways, fuck it. This is a great looking figure. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this dude a solid 9. It's just, there really isn't anything I can complain about this figure. It's It's definitely a solid looking figure. It's great. It's awesome. I definitely do like it. What I am going to do with it, though, is that I'm going to do a customization to this figure. I'm going to give it a light, dirty wash, and I'm going to take a take my heating tool and put some little, like, you know, gashes on his, you know, thighs, elbows, or, you know, things like that, just to make him look like he's been in a, you know, epic fight. But before I go, let's compare this figure to another Ranger, just as, you know, as a size comparison. Compare him to the Red Zeo Ranger. He is a little bit taller, but you know, strange enough, these guys kind of look like they belong together, like in a team. That's kind of interesting. Definitely. But that's all I have for this figure. Again, this is a great looking figure. It's fully posable. You can basically do whatever you want with it. It's great. I will end up, you know, be selling this figure here pretty soon after I'm done with it. Again, I've got a kid on the way, and I just want to get as many custom figures as possible out there in the world before my kid arrives. But yeah, this is a great looking figure. This is definitely worth being in anybody's collection. I love this figure. It's fucking amazing. But that's all that I have for this figure. And if you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.